As workers at CH2M Hill Plateau Remediation Company, we understand the crucial role we play in cleanup, especially when we're out on site and we see these beautiful elk roaming the area. The U.S. Department of Energy and CH2M kicked off the first quarter for fiscal year 2017 in October. Our top priority is completing work safely and compliantly. CH2M began performing a safety and health self-assessment. This is a critical step in our goal to achieve a National Safety Award to recertify our Voluntary Protection Program STAR status. The 61810 Burial Ground project is ahead of schedule. The 7.5-acre burial ground received low and high activity radioactive waste until 1963. For the first quarter, workers retrieved a third of vertical pipe units from the ground. VPUs are long pipe containers buried vertically extending 20 feet underground. Once the waste is removed from 61810, the big question is, where does it go? Well, I'm here with Kurt, a shuttle truck teamster who is responsible for safely and compliantly disposing of that waste. On average, Kurt and other teamsters dispose of 20 tons of waste at a time. The landfill is located at the center of the Hanford site, used for disposal of waste generated from Hanford cleanup activities. The Building 324 project assembled a crew and began the training and qualification process to support the safe cleanout of the airlock and cell cleanout. The project also completed design and procurement activities to prepare the mock-up for equipment installation and testing. Workers at the Plutonium finishing plant hit a major accomplishment this quarter. They began demolition of the Plutonium reclamation facility. This is the first of 4 major buildings in the PFP complex. Although this is a major accomplishment towards cleanup, it's bittersweet for workers like Hans Showalter, a union safety representative who helps solve potential safety issues at PFP.
I got here in the 80s. It was an amazing place to work here when the facility was running. It's still amazing to see what we're doing now.
Next to the Columbia River, workers have received 95% of tools and equipment that will be used to remove highly radioactive sludge. That equals to over 200 components. Workers will use a specially designed transfer line with shielding to remove the sludge from the Key West Basin. The sludge will enter here, then processed through the facility. It will be loaded onto a specially designed semi-truck with a canister here, then shipped off to T-Plant for storage. Workers like Andre Labonte are installing sludge removal equipment. Seeing this project complete is important to him since he's been working on this for more than 2 years.
Seen it from the very early concept and got to see the design in early draft stages all the way through.
He is amazed and proud of the progress his team has made.
It feels outstanding. It feels great. There's a ton of layers all the way, the facility, our construction team, the engineering team, quality, the team at Massif. It takes all of us, and the cooperation. I've been in this line of work for 16 years, and the cooperation here is as good as I've ever seen it.
Groundwater cleanup is one of the last lines of defense and protection of the Columbia River, and maintenance of the groundwater treatment facilities are crucial to treating billions of gallons of contaminated groundwater a year. Recently, the workforce performed a resin exchange mock-up. We're at the 200 West Pump and Treat facility inside the RAD building, and this is where radioactive contaminants are removed from groundwater. They use this. It's called resin. This is what's used to treat groundwater. It's loaded into these vessels for groundwater processing. Thanks to the mock-up training, the actual resin exchange work was completed safely and efficiently.
They had a procedure that was tried and true and one familiar to them.
Mark Carlson, a chemical engineer, works with the operators who run the pump and treats. Carlson says they are always coming up with better ways of doing things. This resin exchange mock-up is just one example.
It is a culture of continuous improvement. And every day we come in and every worker looks to do things better. So every day we raise the bar another level.
For the first 30 years, Carlson's career was outside the DOE complex. He says he's never experienced this type of camaraderie before.
It makes me jazzed to come to work. I enjoy working in an environment like that.
Crews at the waste encapsulation and storage facility began the final phase of grouting to stabilize legacy contamination at WESF. We also awarded a subcontract for the design and fabrication of casks. This will help move highly radioactive cesium and strontium capsules currently at WESF to a safer and more efficient dry storage configuration. In CH2M's continuing effort to be the business partner of choice, we sponsored and participated in the Bridging Partnerships Small Business Symposium. Our workers have been extremely generous during the holidays, with bell ringing for the Salvation Army to Hanford's Community Food Drive and other giving activities. The bell ringing day alone drew more than 100 volunteers. Now that's the holiday spirit. We've had a successful first quarter thanks to the women and men who are here on the Hanford site dedicated to the mission. Thanks to you, we have great momentum going into the second quarter and into the new year.